success from the failures. If you cannot highlight successes, you cannot reward it. If you cannot reward success, you probably reward failure.
This is indeed a very important gathering for all of us. Given the importance that has been articulated related to education, its contribution to national development, to economic growth, and all that it takes to improve the lives of human beings.
The Basic and Secondary Education Minister emphasized the fact that despite the gains registered by the sector, a lot more needs to be done to further upscale quality service ahead of the set education targets of 2015 and Vision 2020. She maintains that the recommendations and way forward emanating from the stock-taking exercise will be taken on board.
This is a gathering that we always look forward to, as I always say, because as the peer said, it takes the outsider to be able to pick those things that you just gloss over. And we always look forward to the mission coming and taking that outsider's look at what we are doing in the education sector and helping us, see those areas that we need to improve upon.
Fatou Lamin Faye further commended the political will of the Jammeh administration in taking education service delivery to safer shores. Samuel Ba, GRTS.
The Hamza Barracks Youth Association on Saturday conducted a massive cleansing exercise at the premises of the Banjul Ferry Terminal. The exercise aims at giving the entry point to the capital city a new facelift, and as we hear in this report by Ndeye Kumbademba, the port management is visibly pleased with the step taken by the volunteers.
The massive cleaning exercise by members of the youth organization concentrated on the inner and outer parts of the Banjul Ferry Terminal. The volunteers went ahead to clean one of the ferries. The move, they say, is part of their initiative to clean all public facilities in the Gambia, especially the face of Banjul, which is the ferry terminal. Their effort was rewarded as the Port Authority management presented them a check for $5,000 and an additional sum being a contribution from the managing director of the GPA. Maimuna Williams, Senior Human Resource Manager of the GPA, welcomes the move while commending the youths for the initiative.
We thank them very much for this initiative. And on behalf of the Managing Director, Mr. Mohamed Lamin Jiba, and his management teams of the Gambia Ports Authority, Gambia Ferry Services, and the Banjul Shipyard, we immensely thank you for the kind gesture. And we would want to implore on other youth action groups and associations in the country to emulate their good stance.
The Director of Revenue Generation and Marketing GPA, Mamor Mengan, while handing over the check, applauded the young people and expressed satisfaction with the work they have done at the port area.
This is an initiative born by the President and we uphold it. Port is a forefront of the cleansing exercise. So we want you to give us a lending hand.
The exercise, according to couple Ibrahim Jallo, the coordinator of the Hamza Barracks Youth Association, will continue with similar exercises on key public facilities.
It's not only here. We want all RVH everywhere. Anywhere ever there's a government institution and a crossing point, especially the garage, the ferry service, and the airport, we are ready. These youths are ready. They are the heroes of the president. They are Hamza Barracks, the heroes of the president. And they love the
For Abdul Maron, an NEA inspector who witnessed the exercise, exercises of this nature helps in maintaining a clean and healthy environment.
I'm appealing to the public using these roads. Let them at least keep the place clean. The commuters and the users or anybody who are using this road, let them clean it. Let them not throw any garbage or rubbish on in this place.
Happy with what they have done on the day, the volunteers went into a lap of singing and dancing. For GRTS News, I am Ndeye Kumbademba.
The Gambia Bureau of Statistics, in partnership with the Ministry of the Interior and European Union experts, have convened a forum to validate the 2009 Migration and Immigration Survey report. The validation, as we hear in this report by Samuel Bach, contains a detailed data on the movement of people to and from the Gambia.
After a 3-year-long process of continuous hard work, the Gambia Bureau of Statistics, in partnership with the Interior Ministry, have finally come up with a positive end result of the 2009 Internal and External Migration Survey report. The paper indicates a significant augment of people migrating internally and externally, principally in search of greener pastures.
2009 Migration Survey, which follows international standards, was designed to fill in the gaps of the census by focusing on issues such as the reasons for migrating and migrants' occupation before migrating in comparison with their current occupation.
The research, which experts describe as a difficult one, includes the compilation, processing and evaluating statistics of the report, as the last survey the Gambia government conducted on migration dates back to 1978. Therefore, the recent study shows a very high influx and departure of Gambians and non-Gambians alike between the years of 2004 to date, as a result of work, marriage and education.
People migrate for quite a number of reasons. The most important reasons, is people migrate in order to search for work, employment. That's one of the main reasons for migration. And the other reason is for education. People actually migrate in order to educate themselves, to find education or to learn to study in other countries. And as far as females are concerned, if we look at them within the perspective of migration, we found out that most people migrate because of marriage. The result will be used in future or in the near future to come up with migration policy, a comprehensive migration policy, which was actually lacking here.
The Gambia, as a case study, indicates that the rate of internal migration is higher than that of external migration due to accessibility and affordability. But external migration, which took the form of flying by air or by sea, despite the negative impact it poses to humanity by separating relatives and loved ones, it is attributed to be a greater contributor to the country's gross domestic product.
Migrants contribute to national development and local socio-economic development, which is felt at national level by the migrants themselves and their families. Migration has contributed to the Gambia's success in poverty reduction. The Gambian migrant contributes immensely to the economy. However, it should be recognized that there is the cost and social hardship related to migration, and the Gambians are not spared these hardships.
With Europe and America being the dominant destinations of Gambian migrants, the study shows a bigger percentage of Gambians within the ages of 20 to 24 migrate en route to these continents in 2004 to 2012 in search of jobs. This trend continues to rise, with youths hungry to explore the West. As a result, the Ministry of Interior came up with an initiative to manage the rise in illegal migration.
We are all aware of the dangers and sufferings of our youth en route to Europe. But for example, no back way to Europe. They've been working closely with my ministry by trying to engage the youth in projects that will engage them, rather than looking at ways and means and engaging the seas and the desert.
In the Gambia, according to statistics, 95% of households are owned by Gambians, whilst the remaining are owned by non-Gambians. Studies also show that 59% of Gambians want to migrate outside, and the remaining percentage intends to migrate within the country. In the same vein, internal migration for men is as a result of work and female for marital purposes, while that of external migration is as a result of work, education, and marriage. The release of this paper comes ahead of the 2013 nationwide census. Samuel Ba, GRTS.
We'll be back with news from outside the Gambia after this short break.
3G AfriCell brings you the most affordable 3G internet bundles ever.
Get your AfriCell Extreme 3G internet service for as low as $15 is only.
AfriCell 3G bundles starting from 50 megabytes up to 12 gigabytes.
12 gigabytes bundle